Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. The Young and the Restless. Claire meets with an over-the-top party planner, Tracy opens up to Diane, and Nick fishes for information. All products and services featured are independently chosen by editors. However, soaps.com may receive a commission on orders placed through its retail links, and the retailer may receive certain auditable data for accounting purposes. Tracy arrives outside the Abbott house, looks around, sighs, and heads inside. Diane appears and welcomes her home. She asks about Ashley. Tracy says she had a business stop in Chicago and won't be far behind. Diane asks, "So, what do you think?" Tracy gasps, "You have left me speechless." Diane wonders, in a good or bad way. Tracy hugs her. Tracy tells Diane it's amazing. The house feels different, yet not different at all. She can feel her parents smiling down, and Diane has made the house warmer and more welcoming. Diane admits he was stressed worrying what they all would think. Tracy gushes, "You made this happen." She admires her strength and determination and couldn't respect or admire her more. Diane asks how she's holding up after everything that happened. Tracy confesses, "It hasn't been easy." They sit to have tea, and Tracy apologizes for shutting her out when she was finding out about Martin. She is part of the family now. Diane has been so worried about her and offers to listen if she wants to talk. Tracy is still trying to process everything and recaps realizing she was in love with a monster. Now she's alone again. Diane is stunned to hear she still feels guilty. Tracy knew him and thought their love was real. Diane says maybe Martin really was in love with her. Tracy muses that maybe she was just another experiment or a cover for whatever he was planning. They'll never know why he did what he did. Tracy is haunted by this. She honestly thought she was the most precious thing in his life. He was a tender, gentle man. Diane hedges. You miss him. Tracy misses being loved. She's grateful they know the truth. But was any of it real? She has to live with the not knowing. Diane's so sorry. Tracy's mind keeps asking why she didn't see through his lies. Am I really so needy? Diane tells her no. There is nothing wrong with wanting to be loved. Tracy looks forward to coming to the house and not thinking about what she and Martin shared. That's part of why she likes the remodel. Diane says she fooled all of them and tells her not to doubt her strength or decency. She's too good of a person to deserve this. Tracy agrees. But she will bounce back, and the Martin Lawrence of the world will never get the best of me again. In the jazz lounge, Claire meets with a party planner, Pietro, who's enamored with Nikki, to plan her birthday bash. He enthuses about printing Nikki's photos on shawls for the guests to wear. Claire looks alarmed and tells him that's not exactly what she had in mind. He suggests a play about her life, but Claire nixes that as well. She was thinking of a more sophisticated approach. Inspired, the planner suggests they have Nikki dripping in diamonds or a Bollywood theme. Claire was picturing something more intimate, with no elephants, themes, or gimmicks. She wants something that embodies her grandmother's warmth and elegance. She brought a few ideas. They settle on ruby red with red roses as Kyle joins them. Pietro suddenly remembers Nikki loves piano and suggests a Mozart theme. Claire shuts him down. She wants him to use his creativity to make her vision a reality. He assures her the party will be classy and elegant. Kyle thinks the party will be the talk of the town. Pietro goes off to get started after complimenting Claire on her badass tenacity. Claire tells Kyle some of his ideas were too out there. Kyle assures that she handled it perfectly. I love seeing you in action. Claire hopes this will show her grandmother how much she loves her. And Kyle has to show her grandfather that he's the right man for her. Kyle warns the jury is still out. At Newman, Victoria admires the locket that her dad gave her mother. She notes that he loves to go big. She thinks Claire inherited that gene. Nikki looks worried and warns there may not be a party at all. If Victor has his way, she's not sure who will be left on the guest list. She updates Victoria on Michael quitting and the tense scene at breakfast. She wonders if Michael and Lauren will come to the party or if Victor will disinvite them. With the mood he's in, he'll probably be fuming at Kyle more than ever. Nikki thinks that Claire's about to learn that changing his mind is next to impossible. At the club, Nick assures Victor he'll help protect the business and family, but he'll need more information. They recap Michael betraying Victor. Nick tells him he can't fault the guy for putting his marriage first. Victor thinks the Abbotts had something to do with it. Nick asks if he really thinks Jack is an active threat. Jack appears and wants the answer to that as well. Exactly what threat does Victor think he and his family pose? Victor accuses Jack of skulking around. Jack says that's for actual spies. What possible threat could he be? You need some new material, Victor. With that, the mustache gets up and leaves. Jack asks Nick if his father's disposition has to do with Baldwin's resignation. Nick thanks him for not rubbing it in his face. Jack sits. Talk to me. What is going on? Nick says his dad is gearing up for some threat against the company. He was trying to get more information, but Jack chased him off. Jack realizes he's wondering if his father actually has something to worry about. Nick doesn't think his father's concerns have to do with the Abbotts. He's sorry he's trying to reignite this war between their families, but he thinks Victor is more concerned about Aristotle Dumas. Jack says he reached out to Billy, and he doesn't like it one bit. He wants his brother to steer clear. Nick says they both know Billy doesn't like to play it safe. He recommends they don't associate with Dumas if they want to keep things from escalating. Nick can't even understand why Victor sees him as a threat. Dad eats guys like Dumas for breakfast. Jack says Billy made it clear that Dumas is looking into Chancellor. That would put a target on Nicky's back. Nick says he'd have to go through the whole Newman family. Jack would work to protect her as well. Nick thinks his old man would have something to say about that. Jack doesn't give a damn what Victor thinks. Victor runs into Victoria at the Newman offices, and she asks about Michael. Victor snorts that it's not the first time and ends the conversation. They have to talk about Aristotle Dumas, who is circling the company and aiming for Chancellor Industries. Their priority right now is to protect her mother. Victoria asks what he'll do about it. Victor will shove that guy down before he gets anywhere near Chancellor. Victoria will help. She pivots to Claire and the birthday party. Victor's glad she's concentrating on something other than Kyle Abbott. Victoria warns that he needs to back off Kyle. Everyone knows this isn't about protecting Claire, but his feelings toward Jack Abbott. Victor's glad she decided not to move in with him, and is sure he'll soon be gone. Victoria won't let him do to Claire what he did to her. Victor should have done more to the men in her life. Maybe she wouldn't have been divorced so many times. Victoria warns again, if he does anything to break up Claire and Kyle, she'll never forgive him. He tells his daughter to have a nice day as she storms out. Nikki turns up in the office next and asks her husband what he and Victoria argued about. She guesses, Kyle and Claire. Victor says these arguments are useless. He knows Kyle will bring nothing but misery to their granddaughter. Nikki protests that Claire is happy and in love. Talk turns to Michael. Nikki understands him having a stiff upper lip, but he must be hurting. Victor doesn't want her worrying and plans to distract her. Victor promised Nikki a gift a day until her birthday and hands went over. It's a music box that plays one of the first piano pieces she ever played for him. Victor found someone to refurbish the box and put that music inside. She loves it and loves him. They kiss and think of the memories. He tells her he loves to make her happy. Nikki says, in that case, I have a request. The best gift he could give her is honesty. She knows he's concerned about the threat Dumas poses to Chancellor and is upset about Michael. She's worried that without him, he might wage a battle against the Abbotts. She wants a promise that he won't attack them until after her party. Victor sighs, I promise you that, okay. She says, ok. In the jazz lounge, Kyle tells Claire that Harrison is struggling with what to get Nikki for her birthday. Since Summer isn't here, he wants Claire's help. She'd love to. Jack arrives at home and enthusiastically embraces Tracy, who explains Ashley will be along soon. She gushes over the house and thinks their sister will love it. Jack teases that he's thinking about asking Diane to redo Java. Diane's still recovering from this, she laughs. Jack checks in with Tracy, who admits she isn't better yet. She recalls how she spent time in New York going over and over what happened. Ashley was there and could comfort her as no one else could. She found solace in her work. She's decided to turn her ordeal into a novel. It's cathartic. Jack finds this brave. Diane says it's brilliant. Just then, Kyle comes in with Harrison, who runs over to embrace Tracy. She laughs. This was exactly what she needed. They discuss the kid needing a good idea for Nikki's birthday. He wants it to be epic. Kyle and Harrison head to the kitchen, and Tracy goes upstairs. Diane tells Jack she thinks his sister will be Oak. Jack says once Ashley is back, his world will be complete. In the club dining room, Nick leaves Phyllis a voicemail asking if she's still chasing Dumas and asking whether she got a sit down with him yet or not. I'm dying to know. Call me. After he hangs up, Sharon texts asking him about having dinner. As friends, he responds, "How about tonight?"